Ooh, baby, baby.
Wow, I think we even synced that up.
That was beautiful,
Yeah.
Chris. Oh, my God.
I
This
tried
week,
my best.
it doesn't happen often, but there was the perfect sync of lips to sound. It made me so happy. Absolutely happy.
I mean, I'm killing it all over the place. What can I say here?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us on a beautiful Saturday night. I got Chris McGraw on the ones and the twos. Pat Lynch looking sexy with a little bit of a sunburn. And Joe Keneally back from the grave. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen?
Terrific.
Terrific.
Living the dream.
I'm glad to be here.
Oh, I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Beautiful day in America.
All right, Joe, pass out them beers. I'm one in and I'm feeling so good.
Peter had himself an 8% beer earlier, clearly.
No, after a insane funny story is whenever you say you're going to do something, usually the absolute opposite happens.
You're welcome, Chris.
Chris and I thought we were going to have a nice, easy Saturday. And Pat Lynch decided to throw that one into the old shit bin.
Oh, yeah, it was me, the only person that messed your day up.
I mean, if I had my choice between if I was going to have a shitty Saturday, like, would I'd rather have a shitty Saturday getting up early running, going to a Cubs game, drinking it a nice day, or doing yard work, I'd probably choose the Cubs game and drinking.
I don't know, you seem pretty pleased with yourself at the yard work. You're like, I'm the man.
Oh, yeah. So last night, I had a couple beers. It was actually, in bed by midnight.
Yeah, you guys went to the Salt Shed?
Salt Shed. There were no TVs.
They went to Goose Island.
Goose Island Salt Shed Brewery.
I guess where their TVs are last.
I thought so too, Pat. But
I told Pierre, me and Pierre were texting, like, hey, I asked him, I'm like, are there TVs there? He's like, I'm pretty sure there are.
Chris
like,
first smartly asked.
I thought there was somebody in the kitchen.
Chris first smartly asked was, is there a concert tonight? And I was like, I don't know. I don't think so. He's like, you could check that.
There's
and
a difference between thinking and knowing.
Well, I asked Peter that on the way.
Guess who played last night at the Salt Shed?
Oh, gosh, I remember this. He told me.
It's so hilarious.
Something Batman.
Chicano Batman.
Chicano Batman.
Chicano Batman.
You sound like you're saying Buttman.
Joe, you look a little confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
listen, I didn't look it up. I don't know what the hell that is, but I love the name.
Familiar with the artist's work.
Unfamiliar. Had a tremendous time at, I literally just chilling, had 2 beers, had a couple beers with Pat and pizza. Before that, got home at midnight.
You're actually a band, not just one person.
Yeah. There were a ton of people there.
Yeah, that's not a lie. I drove past there when they were letting out. There was a ton of people at that concert.
And Chris was super nice, picked us up afterwards. Got up today, could not. I literally all week I've been working real hard this week. Kept telling myself I'm gonna get that Saturday. I'm gonna get that sleep, baby. I'm gonna get that sleep. 7:30. I'm like, oh god, I can't sleep. So I decided, like an idiot, I'll do a little HIIT workout before Chris gets up. Chris wanted a little extra sleep. Then we go for a 4-mile run.
I told him to get an extra half an hour because he didn't get his 8.
It couldn't happen. Go and decide that we're gonna cut. We're gonna be a good landlords, go and cut one of our properties. Hadn't cut it in about a month. It was a goddamn jungle, Joe. It was the worst. I've never. It was so difficult. So me and Chris were there for an hour and a half cutting this grass and sweeping and cleaning up. It was so bad. Yep. Go home.
I even did a little weeding for you, Pat.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we sprayed some weed. We'd be gone. So we go home. I took a 15-minute nap. So then we have the second property at 145. This property also hadn't been cut in a while. Jungle.
I cut it like a week and a half ago.
Yeah,
it wasn't that bad, but the electric mower was definitely not. It was a little long for the electric mower, I think.
Gotcha.
Probably, yeah.
It's a little bit of a workout. In the sun. Exhausted. So that whole, I'm going to have a nice chill Saturday. Out the effing door. Got home at 4:30. Lauren's like, oh, what do you want to do? And I was like, I'd like to go to bed.
Yeah, I'd like to go. I'd like to get. I'd like to add to that 15-minute nap I had earlier.
Want to go night.
In a long roundabout way to say, tonight we're drinking PRB, Printer Rose Brewing,
which is not Printer's Row.
They have they call it the Party Parrot. It's a wit with a little bit of lime zest. This is a huge seller for them, and they only do it in the summer. And this is the first release for 2024. So you guys are welcome.
Thank you. I got a bunch of emails about this earlier in the week.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it. I wish it was colder. I got it out when we left at 6. We went to Dunkin', walked home, and by the time we got into Lauren's car, it was warm.
That's right.
There's some weird aftertaste to this
it's-
thing
Was
that I
there,
can't
was
put
there,
my
was there
finger
a
on.
reason we couldn't just leave it in the fridge until you got back from Dunkin' Donuts? Or was it just
What do you mean? I was walking from
He went
PRB.
from PRB. Dunkin' Donuts is
the
right
one-
next
Dunkin' Donuts.
door.
Got it. Okay.
Walk.
Gotcha. Okay. I misunderstood the
Come
chain
on,
of events
sir.
there. I misunderstood the chain of events there.
Do you need to go upstairs and get
It
a quick
is-
15
Can
in?
you draw me a diagram?
It is pretty hot out though.
Oh, dude, it is. I'm not gonna lie. When I was walking to PRB, I'm like, I don't know if an outdoor we'll be baking.
I was legitimately saying, I was like, "Fuck,
We
I'm
are gonna
be
bake.
Especially since the
hot.
umbrellas aren't up yet. I haven't taken
I'm
them
gonna
out
be
yet.
hot.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's no,
there was no way
thank
then.
God, no.
I didn't take the umbrellas out yet.
There would be no way. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot wait to do get back to the outdoor podcast. But no, we would have baked.
Me and Joe would have been out there doing a rain dance in the middle of the podcast.
Chris has been podcast with a shirt off.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice day. Just take your shirt off, guys. Golf.
Hey, forget the Patreon and OnlyFans podcast. It's coming straight to YouTube this week.
It'll be the
Yeah.
brightest
Ooh.
podcast we've seen all year.
All skin.
No,
all
I
skin.
got sunburn in Fort Myers Beach, so it's spotchy white on my chest.
Nice.
I'm actually okay. I thought I was gonna be spotchy, and I didn't.
My feet are peeling.
My hands peeled, and my belly button peeled, but that was it.
I had to say, my hands peeled a lot. I don't know how the hell
Yeah.
that happened, but that was the only thing that really peeled for
My
me.
feet didn't peel at all, and I thought they got burnt pretty bad.
My feet were burnt like the day after.
Yeah.
But like it cleared up like within a day.
You know what I think about? So I ran a half marathon, and my toes. I've got blisters on 2 of my toes. I've got 2 toes that are like have bruised that are gonna have to go. They're gonna fall at some
Oh,
point.
the toenails.
Can I only imagine how people's feet who actually run marathons look?
Oh, they're destroyed.
They just got to be disgusting.
Oh,
Mine are so nasty right now.
Yeah, they're ugly. They're probably like beat. They're awful.
Do you guys do any like skincare for like hands or feet
I put lotion on sometimes, but
I do.
on your feet?
Oh,
sometimes
no,
yeah.
not on my
I've
feet.
never done it
in the
with
winter.
the feet.
Well, usually in the winter when they get like really dry.
The only thing I do to my feet is cut the nails. Like
Yeah,
that's
oh,
it.
yeah.
That's the only thing I do.
Absolutely.
And
Pretty
then I
much, yeah, I'm the
wash
same
them,
way.
but
And
that's it.
check for like athlete's fit once in a while. Make sure there's nothing going on down there. But besides that, Lauren literally every night has a routine with the feet, the hands, the face. She's got to get lotion everywhere. I'm like,
does she do it in that order, or does it go face?
no, it goes feet to mouth.
Nice.
Straight feet to mouth.
Nice.
She's gonna yell at me for that one.
I saw her on the corner. We were pulling in.
Oh,
and
nice.
she was pulling out. Yeah.
You guys get a little.
We
Little
waved
double
at
fist
each other
bumps?
like this.
That's cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I skincare routine. Like I was reading an article on Yahoo. Like what are like green? I forget what they call it. Like green thing. When women are going on dates with guys, there's red flags and green flags. I think it's called the green flag. And one of them is if a guy's got like a facial moisturizer, hand cream kind of routine.
Interesting.
I mean, I do a little something for the face at night, just because it's got to do something to help this out. But besides that, not really do much.
That's probably why you look
working.
older
It's
than
not
I
working,
do
bro.
because I don't do anything to my face.
It's not
God
working,
damn
bro.
it,
It's
Chris.
not working, bro.
Yeah, I don't do anything to my face.
Who asked? Oh, I think Brian asked me when I told him how old Chris was, and then he asked how old I was. He was like, "Oh shit!" I don't think he knows how old we
Does he
are.
not know how old we are?
That's hilarious. But then Lauren immediately goes, "But you got to make sure you know that Chris is older than Peter." And I was like, "Lauren,
I tell everybody that Chris is.
You're really
younger,
killing me
just
here,
for fun.
sweetheart.
Just for fun. Just for funsies.
It warms my heart.
mean.
An angel gets its wings every time somebody tells Peter he's older than I am.
this kind of reminds me of It's a little bit more but if it wasn't
This kinda
the lime zest reminds me of the Bud Light lime a little bit.
I can kind of see this in the 312 family.
This kind of reminds me of the beer me and you used to brew, Peter. It has a weird aftertaste like that.
It does.
This,
It's like,
this reminds me of that jalapeno beer, but like way watered down.
oh yeah, I can see that.
It's like a watered down version.
Nobody
of
else got the
that.
3125. That was just me.
No,
yeah, no,
this
it's
is
definitely not getting any.
No, I mean
beer.
in the family, like of like Goose Island, the way they brew beers, I could see it being a Goose Island beer.
I don't know.
Oh,
This
I don't
is
know
like-
if I have enough of a palate to like.
This is
Confidently
mine
state
tastes like
something
on
like
the
that.
line of like a whole garden, like a half
Yeah.
shore.
with a little bit more
whole
lime.
garden.
Like
Like,
yeah.
my lime is
Yeah.
not very strong in mine.
mine reminds me of Bud Light lime. Like
Mine's
no joke.
like
Does
really.
yours taste
Go ahead,
different
try it.
than
Yeah.
Okay, and this is a great segue to last weekend in Indianapolis. We didn't do a brew
Yours is a
tour.
little different than mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
Interesting.
The
Yours has more lime
the
in it.
nice thing is we were like John wanted to do a podcast. There was no way we would ever been. We had no time. Like we all got way too tipsy too soon.
Yep.
And we didn't even get to be able to do the brew tour because I
I texted Katrina at 6 o'clock saying that it's not good to unleash the goon squad with a friend that brews beer.
and And his brews, he had some really good ones. Like he's got a
nice.
lot of really good beers right now. The one that we got actually at the brewery, I thought was better.
Well, that wasn't finished either.
I like that one a little bit more than I like the lime one he had.
The Mexican lager. That was
Yeah.
good,
What was the fruit one he had? The fruit one was
strawberry blonde.
Yeah, the strawberry
That was good.
blonde. Dude, you could really taste the
got
strawberry.
black. Once I saw the black death, I'm like, yeah, I'm not passing that. Give me another Mexican lager.
I mean, once you got a little bit,
It wasn't super heavy for how dark it was.
yeah.
But it was just. It's not my kind of beer.
It's definitely not in our group of people like drinking wise, but it
Certainly-
wasn't bad.
I could have drank a glass. It wasn't bad. It didn't taste bad. It just
You're
wasn't-
not. Yeah, you're not pulling up like 4 or 5 of
just
those.
not my kind of beer. I would
Also, the
prefer-
Tin Roof in Indianapolis does not know how to do a Tito's and Sprite show.
Also, their band
How
was
do
pretty
you fuck
bad.
that up?
Dude, there's
No way, really?
The band was awful.
Oh, the band was so bad.
Oh no,
Dude, it was such a rough night. Like we had such high hopes, and Tin Roof like the band was so
you
bad.
Gentlemen looked so nice. By
Chris
the
and
way.
Oh, thank you.
I almost started a fight at the end of the night.
I don't remember that.
Chris forgot to have my back on that one.
What did he?
Pat-
Why is Pat
almost-
always fighting in
The
Indianapolis?
guy
See,
shoved
here's the
me
thing.
down the stairs. The 2 stairs.
Oh yeah, did he
Everyone-
really?
yeah.
Oh, I missed
As I was walking by, the guy shoved me down the 2 flight of stairs,
forgot.
thinking I was really drunk, and I wasn't that drunk. I turned around like, "You want to fucking go, dude?" And I knew Chris was also 3 steps behind me.
Yeah, Pat was coming back from the bathroom. Pat did nothing. The guy literally shoved Pat, and Pat turned around and was like, I'm going to whoop this. Like, I've never seen Pat that angry where he was like, I'm going to go fight that guy. I'm like, Pat, just keep walking. And his one friend came. He's like, I'm really sorry. I'm like, just get the hell out of here. I will beat both your asses right now. Just get the hell out of here.
Damn,
It
that
was like,
sucks.
It was like 22, 23-year-old kids thinking they were funny, and they learned very quickly they messed with the wrong small person in that bar. It wasn't even me. Like, they were terrified of Pat. They saw Pat coming back, and Pat was going to fight them, and he's like, oh, they're like, no.
What fucking idiots.
I forgot about that. Because I was like, I just told them to piss off. I'm like, just get out of here before Pat kicks your ass.
That's
It's a rare sentence right there, boy.
It wasn't fair. They were terrified of you. Like, I don't know if you noticed that when I told you to just keep walking.
They weren't expecting me to come back. At all.
But they were
For sure.
terrified that you were
It's
coming
like,
back.
fuck this. Let's go, you dumb mother. I will whoop some ass tonight, baby.
It was like when the Doom music kicks on and Pat's just ready to go.
I mean, it was like we had a long night of like not great music there, and it was
yeah.
and it was like I think we were all a little disappointed by that, and like this was like it was just whatever reason it rubbed me really the wrong way when.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I love that bar, but like that bar, that time with the shit music, you just got more of the younger kids being just. You forget how young and dumb people are.
Those 2 dudes just rubbed me the wrong way, and I was like, all right, it's like let's fucking go.
There was also a guy over my left shoulder. I don't know if you were over there yet, Peter, but me and Pat were there. I think you and John had just made it over. There was a guy and some like lady was trying to walk by, and he was pulling like the John Jacob where he's like, I'm not moving for anybody, blah blah blah. And it's a lady, and it's like. And like he tried like shoving the lady, and like the lady, he shoved like it wasn't like shoving the lady, but like like kind of like dipping his shoulders, so like she would bump into him and she would go moving, and she hit me, and I looked at him, and like the girl that was with the guy looked at me and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like,
Just that's so.
yeah.
I don't know. Indianapolis was a little bit of a trip this time.
And those Tito's and Sprites were not Tito's. I don't know what that.
No,
I don't
it was-
know. It wasn't there. It was like
For the roundabout around for that story, the Tito's and
that's
Sprite
right.
sucked ass.
Sorry.
I mean, it might have been like dirty seltzer water. I don't know. It wasn't there. It was,
Yeah.
It wasn't.
We
tonic
tried, and
either.
Joe, we tried a couple times. Like we gave it 3 shots, and it was still. By the third one, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. This is dog
I
shit.
think it was like it wasn't tonic water either. It wasn't like they did like
It was just shit Sprite.
Maybe it was just like
Dirty
out of
lines,
the
yeah.
syrup.
dirty
Yeah,
lines.
maybe.
Something.
No, Pierre's like they're putting too much vodka in this thing, and then we watched
there
her
wasn't that
pour,
much vodka
Yes.
in there.
We watched her pour one, and it was
And there
not-
wasn't a lot of vodka.
And then Pierre's like, okay, let me try this. Because Pat got one more over Peter.
Awful.
Same
And
thing.
Pierre's like, thank God I didn't do this again.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was waiting for a little. I needed a little break for the beer for a few minutes there.
Ugh.
we did do a lot of beers. But side note to that, the Cubs thing, a lot of fun. The boys, check out Instagram, the SMP podcast, podcast SMP on Instagram and Twitter. Throw out a bunch of pictures of this, but it was fun. Not $150 worth of fun.
Yeah, I would do it again, but it was good
Yeah.
to do once. It was fun to do
Yes.
once.
The
It
other
was
thing
an
is,
experience.
the other thing is the extra
I
ball,
won.
that mulligan bullshit. that was so
I'm
dumb.
so glad we didn't buy extra balls for the record on that one.
Oh yeah, that would have pissed me off. The head we had known because you were just hitting 2 shots. Was
At
perfect.
first, I'm like, I was reading the rules. I'm like, do you only get like one ball, and if you like lose it somehow, do you have to like go get
Yeah.
it?
That's
and then
what
it's
I
like,
was
and then I'm
wondering.
like, some of the rules. I'm like, no, you hit it out there, you're not getting it. Like they got to give you enough balls to go through the whole game.
Yeah, it was
And
just stupid.
And even if I lose one and I get another one for the next one, I don't care. About
I'm
it.
assuming that's more for like little kids. That
Could be.
Maybe they're trying to do it for like that. I mean, like
Well,
that.
I mean, some guys are really serious about like the scoring. You could
Yeah,
tell.
but that last, like,
Yeah.
even like my last shot, like Pat saw it. Like I dropped my right shoulder and completely shanked it.
I almost killed Peter Chris through that yesterday.
Pat zoomed one right
we
past.
did 9 holes yesterday for Mr. Anderson's birthday.
Oh, nice.
Pat's so me and Chris. This is me and Chris. Pat's here, holes that way. Pat takes a shot, zoom straight 90 degrees. Chris, like I felt the wind off that one.
That's how close it was in my face. I could feel it zoom past
I didn't have
me.
time to yell for because it was coming so hard.
Yeah, there was no way.
Wow.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good shot.
Mind you, before that, I'd gotten almost hit twice by people driving
Chris
off the
was-
60. I was a magnet for the ball.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It was
the
just
first hole.
It was just a bad day
Dude,
to
there
beat
were
Chris.
the longest 9
At
holes
least on the golf
we've
course.
we've had.
Believe it or not, we didn't play that bad, Joe. That's probably my worst shot of the day.
Yeah, no, Pat. No, we actually had a really good 9. It was
Yeah.
it was the people the 3 groups in front of us were so slow.
Dude, sometimes you get into those like you're just on
You're in a bad spot.
train,
Oh, yeah,
and
just in a
you're
bad
just
spot.
miserable.
And it was like 6 groups like following, and it was just so bad. And it was just these people who thought they were PGA Tour players, and it's just
Well,
like
that's why I told the boss. I'm like, this is like you're playing at a public golf course on the suburbs. It's
And
like the
a
same
cheap
thing with-
public golf course
Yeah,
on the
but it's like
suburbs.
it's the same thing with Billy Caldwell. You're not playing some fancy country club. You're not even playing like a fancier 18 holes where you do the golf etiquette where you let somebody you take turns putting. Just get up there, hit your ball, and go. Like, if you're on the right side of the fairway, you're on the left side of the fairway, go. If you're in the trees and I can't see Peter, I'm going to let it rip.
yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Just
No.
suck faster.
And that's
It's
it.
also just
that's
not that-
exactly what it should be.
It's. I mean, a lot of those courses are very straight. You don't have a lot of
Yeah.
bunkers. You're not.
Yeah,
That was probably the most
exactly.
proud I've seen that course, honestly, when we played.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've talked about. I've literally talked about coming up with new golf rule etiquettes for county courses for terrible players. You don't have to wait for the. You don't have to sit around and talk about your shots. Get to the putting green, putt. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing.
My favorite is when everybody watches when they
yeah.
time ready to watch somebody else putt. Like, hey, why don't you get your putt ready and worry about the later?
Or the best is where like your cart, you're with the foursome, you're in one cart and you're in the other cart. Instead of going to your ball, you're next to their while they're taking
Yes,
a shot.
that. Oh God. Or there's a group in front of you at the tee box. Then they hit. You're not ready to hit the ball after they get off the like a lot of the par 3s this week or yesterday. People we'd be waiting there, and instead of being ready to tee off immediately as they get off the green, they diddly daddling, talking, shooting the shit. And it's like, hey, I get it. Shoot the shit while you have to wait. When they're off, get the shots going.
Yep.
It'll just move things quicker. And again, I'm not saying you have to race through your, but 2.5 hours for 9
I mean,
holes.
look at the 8th hole when Peter hit. I think Peter hit twice that hole. We were still ahead of the guys behind us because we were ready to go once those guys were out of our range.
Oh yeah, we don't F around. We're like, let's go. Like, hit your shot, play your game. Let's not be there all day.
The only thing we could have probably done better is let Mr. Anderson go first because he's never like
Yeah.
once they're like
I don't
100.
think he likes going first though.
He doesn't, but like it's like with Pepsi. Like if they're like
Yeah,
100,
Pepsi has no shame.
yeah, but if they're 150 yards out, like neither one of them's going to come close to
I
touching.
mean, he's ran a couple decent drives last year.
No, he did, but I mean, like it's like he gets like 150
I can
yards.
tell he was having a hard time like bending down to get the ball in a couple.
Yeah, his back was hurting.
Yeah, for sure.
He had a birdie shot on the 9. You know, the 9th hole where you put it on the green, and you had to
Yeah.
run over and apologize to the people for your best shot you've ever made.
Yeah.
He had a birdie shot there and completely just
missed it,
6
but-
inches to the
I
left.
sunk like a 21 for that birdie.
Yeah,
So
Pat,
I sunk a 27 foot for that one.
and
Yeah.
Chris really blew that hole
And
off.
Chris got a solid 6, right?
Yeah, you got a
I
solid
did,
6 on that
I
one.
did almost chip it in though.
You did. Yeah, you're one bounce, like a half an inch to the right. You got bounced it, Chris.
You know what's crazy too about Indianapolis, Joe? It was the first time the ride back I felt quicker than the ride there. Like
Interesting.
because we were already kind of not buzzing, but I was feeling at least like I had a beer and a half. I was ready to go, and so that like, all right, let's get there. It was killing me. Music was great, conversations
I see.
flowing,
Yes,
but it was
yes,
just like
yes,
you just wanted to get there.
Yeah.
On the way back, Chris was nice enough to throw on the old date lines, dude. It felt like 3 date lines and we were home.
Yeah.
You got there 1.5 only, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was like I think we got one and then we started the other one.
Yeah, I think we might finish the other one almost.
One was like an hour 45ish.
Yeah.
we literally got. I think the second one we got.
We didn't turn it on right away. We're on the road a bit before we turned it on.
Exactly. But no, good time. And the other thing I wanted to say about that is thank God he does not brew and have a bar in Chicago. Because
we could just sign up for the liver transplant.
it would be. We would put his profits would be through the roof.
He's like, we moved to Chicago. I guarantee we're gonna go tenfold up.
Yeah.
You guys are like owners, but without all the benefits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
We're equity owners where we pay them without getting any benefits.
Yeah.
But hopefully, still trying to work him on the old strawberry IPA for the wedding.
What's it called? The restaurant there is really cool too. We've been there a few times, obviously. Now.
Yeah,
it's nice. It's a
the
nice.
food
place.
we did a swap of the old sliders. Very nice.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get Joe down there so he can check this bar out.
Oh yeah, he's got to come.
Yeah, it's a fun bar. I mean, it's a really nice place. Like,
and you and Chris can cuddle in their second guest room.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's great. There's 2 windows. We can open both of them up.
Because it's hot as
Oh,
balls in
I
this
don't know what it
place.
is, but I woke up and Hawk was like right in front of my face. I'm like, hey dog, hey bud. But he's such a sweetheart dog though. He was like it was less timid than blackjack. I thought it was gonna gnaw my face off when I woke up in Peter's house.
Pat had a little makeout session before he woke up.
No, that was Chris McGraw. He tore Chris
he only
McGraw's
says
ass
that
up.
for me, baby.
Okay.
One guy only.
Chris McGraw came out having dog hair all over him, and he didn't no question how.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's start with current events. I've got a few here that I wanted to talk about. One being, what do you guys think about the? This is crazy. So, for some god unknown reason, Biden called out Trump about the debates, and now they have 2 set. One I think is coming up in June,
He's in June, yeah.
and one in September.
September, yeah. But that's I guess they're.
Yeah, they wanted to do it right before early voting.
I guess they're assuming that Trump's nomination there, right? I mean,
He's already. Oh,
I mean, it's not official though, right? Because they have another convention step.
Yeah, no, you got to. Yeah, every state's got to come in and give their votes to the person.
Interesting.
Can he still get on the ballot if he gets convicted in that case? I'm not sure how that works. So
I know some places took him off the ballot. I know Colorado did. I thought Illinois didn't allow him on the ballot.
I think a lot of them had to reverse.
yeah, because the Supreme Court.
I think all of them may have had to reverse.
He's running for president, and he's gonna win.
Yeah.
And he's gonna pardon everybody who from January 6th or whatever it was, January 7th. We're in for some trouble, unless he maybe has like a stroke or something, having too much sex with Stormy Daniels or something.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say how else going to shake out.
Oh,
it'll be pretty
the polls are the polls have get like Biden's got no favor. He doesn't have the black vote. He doesn't have the Hispanic vote. He's not looking good at all. And I don't know why the Democrats aren't like.
Well, I mean, these polls are always kind of like wonky. I mean, you're not polling. It's hard to see who turns out, and it's kind of I don't put a ton of stock in them.
I agree. Like, listen, I'm not a Trump fan by any means, but just kind of looking at it, like,
I mean, there's a strong chance to get elected, yeah, for sure.
he's just got too much of a fan base where Biden hasn't done enough. Like, people kind of blame Biden, even though there's not really. I mean, inflation is because they just pump too much money into the economy, but people don't like what he's doing. They don't like the border situation. They don't like the amount of money they're spending in Ukraine and Israel.
Yeah, I'm not sure it'll be any better than 100.
No, I'm not saying it is either. But what I'm saying here is,
the
You just-
perception
you
is
just
that,
do-
hey, this guy's doing a bad job of it.
yes,
Let's get another guy in there. Other guy will probably also do a bad job.
And we
of it.
kind of already know what he's up to, like what his agendas kind of are there. We've already
Yeah.
seen 4 years of that.
Are we going to get Mexico to finally pay for that wall?
Yeah, they're actually going to send guys over the border to build it for us.
We're going back for round 2, baby.
has anybody looked at the rules for it? Because how is Biden legitimately, unless they figure something out, maybe they've reversed his like cognitive decline.
Dude,
Because
they got AI Biden out there, baby. AI Biden.
did they
He
maybe?
he just opens his mouth and like a little thing right
Yeah,
there
yeah.
out for him.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Because they had he has done some like commencement speeches, so he's out there. I think he's out there more than he's ever been. But Trump's going to eat him up.
I feel like that's what's going to happen.
Well,
I
Trump
feel
is like, I don't know if Trump's got a lot of substance to it. He just like, he gets these sound bites and he like, throws these dumb jabs like, Sleepy Joe over there doing his thing,
That's fair. If they cut the mics, like one thing they want to
But-
do. Yeah, go ahead,
Oh,
Joe.
sorry,
No, go ahead, Joe.
sorry.
No, I cut you off.
I was just going to ask, do you think Joe Biden will say anything like negative or nasty about Trump? Like just really
I mean,
get into the mud?
if he was actually cognitive, he could, because it'd be very easy to go pretty
Like,
hard.
do you
in the
think
paint
he'll
at
bring
Trump.
up the Stormy Daniels case or something, or will he be like,
There's,
I don't know. I don't see it, but
Probably not.
I think how do you say it? I think I fudged my Huggies. Like
fudge my Huggies.
Hey, why don't you go back into the porn star, buddy?
you know, he was cognizant enough. There's something about Wednesdays and Trump. Like, I guess Trump's free on Wednesdays or something. Like, there's like the jab from Stormy Daniels, like, trial. And Joe Biden, like, when he was saying, like, when he was challenging Trump to, I should have done more research on this. I suck at this. This is all S&P facts right now. But,
Sorry. Nice.
He made a joke. He's like, I whooped his ass twice in the base. He doesn't want nothing to do with this. And he's like, and if you want to do it, I hear you got a lot of free time on Wednesdays. And that was like a slight to him and Stormy Daniels type shenanigans.
Oh, damn. Joe coming out fighting.
I like it.
So I was like,
I like it.
I love the AI Biden, baby. He's coming out swinging. He's feisty.
Obama's finally in his ear, like Bruce Willis style. Movies.
I got a commercial. I got a YouTube commercial of Obama asking people to donate so that Joe Biden can be reelected. I'm like, Obama, once you get Coors Light back, the 30 rack of Coors Light back to under $15, then we'll talk.
I'm just shocked. I'm still just amazed that in a country of 300 million people that we have these are the two best options we got thrown out there.
well, they're not the two best.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
this
sorry,
is what our two.
Let me phrase it. These are the two options that are being placed in
Yes,
front of us.
exactly.
yes.
That's it.
Someone give me an age.
RFK. I wish they would allow RFK to. It's crazy. If again, I know that you don't agree with the polls, Pat, but RFK polls better. He in the polls he would beat Biden. He would beat Trump.
But I feel like
he wouldn't beat Biden,
the
Trump,
polls
him.
are like it's like they're looking at such limited people, right? It's like it's hard to like because no one's ever asked me for a poll. They ever asked you for a poll, for example?
Do you think he could get like the older vote because they see a Kennedy name
My mom,
and don't
yeah.
really know?
100%.
I'm not sure.
He just
My-
gets a lot of that.
My mom said, I'm like, Mom, what do you think of like RFK? And she's like, oh, those Kennedys, they know politics. And I was just like, oh God, this is such an old
that's
person.
it. Like
I mean, one's brains got blown out. The other one got shot by a guy in a thing. I'm not sure it's a great.
I mean, that
what
doesn't.
was that?
Yeah,
Pat?
yeah.
Hold on. Freeze. I'm sorry. What was that? I didn't.
I'm not
hear-
sure. I'm not. She's like Kennedy's no politics. I'm like, yeah, they've also got murdered both times. So they've been
murdered
close
both
to being
okay.
elected.
Yeah, but that's probably because they were actually going to do some good for the country, for the common man.
You don't fuck with the mob, man.
Fair. At that point, you definitely don't fuck with the mob.
I mean, the RFK Senior was definitely going for the mob, and he got him.
Yes, yeah, he was. So was
Let's-
JFK. Well,
let's-
John
let's-
F.K. got elected because of the mob, and then he.
Let's go conspiracy, guys. Here. Conspiracy hour with Pat Lynch here.
Where was the second man?
The second man was definitely a mobster in the right corner over there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's kind of it's silliness. I think it'll be interesting. At least it'll be
I'm curious to see how it'll go.
if there's audience. Trump has such a great audience, like a great followers
knows
that
people.
he would be screwed.
Don't you feel like it's? I feel like I saw like this is not relative necessarily, but like apples comparison. But like we had like when we watched. I went to like the local thing around here for like an alderman thing, and like clearly the alderman at this like panel of aldermen and his candidate and his opponents, there was clearly plants in the audience that were just everything that the alderman said. They're all like, that's my guy. I'm like, he's fucking probably don't even live in our goddamn district here. But like,
I don't know, Pat.
But
I
were
don't
you
know.
Sabotage from
But I'm saying I
other
feel like Trump is. I
aldermen.
feel like Trump's the same way. Like
Yeah.
his people are so vocal that it's not necessarily like there's a lot of them. It's just the ones that are
Those
there
are
are
the
just
loud
super vocal.
ones.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They would be the ones at this debate, and anytime he did, yes,
Sleepy Joe, you dumb shit.
yeah, and Joe wouldn't be able to get stuff like he wouldn't be able to get a point across.
It's like the perfect. It's like the perfect
He'd be
line
like,
from.
yeah.
Excuse me.
It's like the perfect line from SpongeBob.
Is
Like
Bill Clinton back?
Oh God, Bill Clinton, baby, he's coming back.
I'd vote for Bill Clinton again.
Yeah.
Yeah, this man knows how to get things done.
Yeah, and he
I
knows
mean,
how to get
he's-
stuff done in the Oval Office too, baby. Woo!
Ooh, babe. No,
Is he
not
still
in the
younger
office.
than both of them?
Allegedly.
I think he might be pretty close in age.
Oh God.
That's a good question, Joe.
I think one of the what's his name? Jimmy Carter's on his way out.
Nah,
Oh,
Jimmy
yeah.
Carter.
Jimmy
Jimmy
Carter's
Carter.
on his way up for like a year and a half.
Yeah, Jimmy
He's hanging
Carter-
on, baby.
Jimmy Carter had brain
That
cancer, and
dude's
that
gonna live
motherfucker's
till-
still hanging on.
That dude's gonna live till he's like 200 years old.
That
like
Trump-
he's just gonna keep.
Maybe
going.
not. Bill's 77.
Trump and Biden are both gonna die before Jimmy Carter does. Jimmy Carter's gonna do a little jig on their grave.
He'd be like, I was a shitty president. So Trump and Clinton are the same age.
Trump and Clinton are the same age. How old is Biden?
I think he's a little older. I think he's got to be in his. He's got to be close to 80.
something. Yeah. So let me see. They're both 77. Joey, baby, how old are you?
Should we bitch about inflation again for the 10th podcast in a row?
Let's skip it. 81 for Joe baby.
Joe Biden's 81?
Bill
They
Clinton,
need to bench him.
Bill Clinton may legit still be younger than both of them by like a couple months.
You know, if it's taught me anything,
Definitely Biden, possibly Trump.
That's insane. That's absolutely insane.
And he was the president in the 90s.
Yeah, get out
well,
of
he
here.
was also obviously president at a normal age in your fucking 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what you need is somebody.
What
who's
do you,
40s.
I mean, what do you guys think of the DNC being in Chicago? I think that I remember the last time it was.
I think it's going to go.
No, it
over.
wasn't.
I think it's going to go so smooth. It's going to be
What's
so
the
good.
DNC?
The Democratic National Convention.
I did not hear about this.
With our upset police force and our wonderful mayor, I'm sure it's going to go so smooth.
Well, I mean, thanks, Pat. Real optimistic.
You mean our
there.
mayor who
You
ran away
are-
from questions at a?
That's not true.
I know it
It's a
isn't.
bigger, stronger Chicago, Chris. He's built a better, stronger, and safer Chicago.
Pat, you are
I don't believe that for a second.
an absolute ray of sunshine.
Oh,
in the
seriously.
sun. My
Could you be?
goodness.
I saw his
My
YouTube video today. That's what it said on there. I was just reading the YouTube video.
Oh, okay.
No,
That's
it's-
what you were doing.
He was on WGN on one of the mornings, and me and Chris were listening to this Jackaloon, and he was trying to tout his record, and me and Chris are like, "Come on, man! Like you even
Yeah,
know."
yeah. Even you,
yeah.
even you got to believe that
It's
you
a
can't
better,
believe this.
safer, stronger Chicago, guys.
And like and Bob Sarat's trying to like kind of be like, "Hey, bud, like, you know these."
You
these,
keep saying that these numbers are better, but crime is like this. This is murders are down. Yeah, but everything else is up. And he's like carjackings. He's like, no, carjackings are technically down. It's like,
Yeah.
no, they're not.
They don't count a car unless they actually steal your car.
Here's the other thing.
shoot you and you
statistically, they're able to manipulate the numbers to whatever they want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true.
Uh,
All I've been hearing about is robberies.
Oh, it's
everywhere.
insane!
Everywhere.
6 robberies going in the Friday morning.
How about
businesses?
How about the electrical supply company here on the northwest side somewhere that's gotten broken into like 6 times in like the last month? They like some worker was literally walking out. They met him outside with guns pointing at him, walked him back in, and they robbed the place.
I saw that they robbed. One place has been robbed like 3 times in the last 6 months.
There was a I think it was a Korean store that he's like, this is asinine. He's like, I've been robbed maybe twice in 15 years. This year alone, I've been robbed twice already. And it's there was like a dog care place,
Yeah.
and they kicked in the front door, went in, stole. They got $100.
Yeah, I'm saying, what do you get at these places?
Oh, I
Like,
heard about that. Yeah.
The door alone is probably going to
Wow.
cost this dude $500.
more,
Yeah.
more than that, for sure. More than that.
Oh,
And
people-
do you know how they figured it? They found out the cops were driving by and they saw the door was broken in.
Did you see the guy who got shot in the chest coming out of his? Sorry to get really fucking dark.
Yeah, this is getting weird.
He got shot in the chest. A guy stole his phone. That's all he took. He
Was
was
that
coming
what-
out.
yeah.
He was coming out of his front of his house, and he had a little like iron fence. And he opens up, and the guy pulls out a gun, and some skirmish happens.
That was
Dude
in
gets shot
the Irving
chest.
Woods, right?
Yep.
Where's Irving Woods?
That's up by Cumberland and Irving Park.
Wild.
Did you see the one about the guy in, I think it's like the Ukrainian village? He's getting up. He's leaving for work at like 12:30. Comes outside. He's greeted to 4 guys with guns. They walk him back into his apartment and just start ransacking his apartment and then hit him in the face with the gun.
Jesus.
I think I did hear
like,
something about
Like
that.
I'm not sure. Like even if someone broke into my house, like I'm not sure what they would steal. There's not that much like of actual value to like steal in this place. Like
You can have the 2 TVs.
yeah, I mean they're not like there's only one
But
TV in my house.
that's exactly it. That's all they steal. It's like fucking stupid,
Yeah.
cheap shit like that. Like it's like
Yeah.
It's like
What am I
all the
doing?
cell phones, all the TVs.
Here's the thing I think about is what do we do? What does city of Chicago do? What are cities? And 'cause this is
Everyone
happening
needs a
everywhere.
gun.
You gotta get a Charles Branson out there and do Death Wish, where he just goes on a vigilante rampage.
think
Batman, where are you? We
I
need
think it
your
comes to-
help. Christian Bale, come save us.
I mean, I think part of it comes down to right now. There's zero fear of prosecution for these kind of cases, and that's a big. Driver
Did you hear
here.
all this? Well, let's just keep going down this route. Let's
Yep,
just make
let's
this all about
Yeah,
shitting
keep
on
going
Chicago.
down, yeah.
Sweet home,
Chicago. Fucking Kim Fox wants to make this pissed
Well, at
me
least
off.
she's on the way out, at least.
But one of her grandiose on the way out is
One of
God.
the
This
big kiss-
fucking this gets under my skin so bad.
Coors Light is so good.
If a cops pull you over for a tail light and they suspect and they go, they pull you out of the car and they find a gun or drugs or anything else,
You let the person get it back in the car and drive off.
they don't charge you for that. They can only charge you for
The tail light?
the tail light.
What?
She doesn't want cops using these tactics these pullover tactics, like almost like a frisk and whatever. Stop and frisk.
Yeah, I get why she's trying to stop that. That is not. I don't feel like that is a good solution to.
The better question is why are you carrying guns around all the time everywhere, right?
No, it's
weed's
is
legal
it
here,
against the law? I don't care how you find out.
And weed's legal here, right? So weed is not. You're not. If you got weed in your car, you're probably not going to get. At this point,
And you know how this all came up is the one dude who got pulled
shot
over
with the tinted windows.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yeah, the guy got shot. The guy shot the cops first, and then the cops unloaded multiple 45,000 bullets at him. Yeah.
Holy shit.
And I don't care. I don't care. If you're an activist and you're fighting for that individual, we need to get you. We need to get those types of people. You can have your own. We got to figure out a place for them, because if you shoot at a cop, that's it. Like, you shoot at anybody, the person has. He should be able to shoot 1,000,000 bullets back.
I mean, he was clearly in the video. I mean, it was a lot of bullets going back his way, but he was clearly uncooperative during the stop. Right.
That's it. I
mean,
how is that? Like, I get that that's controversial, but if you just
realistically, what would have happened to him? Like, he would have probably gone to jail for probably a misdemeanor. I'm guessing at this point, based on the current prosecution.
Once you have a gun, it very much changes the game.
Yes.
I feel bad for the people who don't have a gun and then get.
Oh yes.
I mean, I think it's very easy for people to be like to be like the cop, like, hey, you guys are excessive, but like, let me shoot at you and see how you respond.
I don't have any
sympathy.
Compassion or sympathy for those who then use a gun.
The other thing is, and I know this is sad, and I get it's easy for a bunch of white middle-aged guys to say this.
Oh, middle-aged. Oh, off the brakes, buddy.
But doesn't it seem simpler just to comply? Shut your mouth, do what they ask, and then be done with it.
Well, you have all these like YouTube videos now that tell you, like, you can go on YouTube and see like all these videos that are like, hey, you don't have to do this, this, and this if a cop pulls you over, and it's like.
I mean, I think it's hard because obviously there are.
I get we're not targeted.
Minorities are targeted for these kind of things. Yeah,
it's a lot different.
I think
it's easy for me to say that.
I think also though, when you realize that your car is surrounded by cops, like. My logic would be like, it's probably not a good idea to get in a shootout with these guys. Would be my logic,
I've gotten pulled over maybe 3 times in my life, and the first time I actually started crying. I was so scared. I was like, "Oh my
He's
god!"
Looking at me. Did you got a ticket,
oh god!
Did you got a ticket? Did you show him a little nipple?
No, I got a ticket. Second time I got pulled over. I was like, "Fuck!" But immediately I went like this. I just put my hands above my head. I get freaked out. I got freaked out. I was like, "Wow, I don't want to fuck around." Like, you see all these videos, and you're like, "Okay, realistically, you're not." Probably a threat, or they don't think of me as a threat. But you see these videos, and you're like immediately like,
sorry, Joe.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Immediately, just like
it's gonna frustrate me when I'm listening to editing
as possible. Yeah. I don't want to fuck
around.
No,
yeah. What they say is 10 and 2. Roll down the window, 10 and 2, and be ready.
It's funny. I've been pulled over 3 times. I've gotten 1 ticket from being pulled over, and the 2 cops that were the complete cunts of the world that I dealt with did not give me tickets. But the nicest cop that I dealt with ever gave me a ticket.
Chris and I one time. I've been pulled over. I've been stopped by cops multiple times.
Yeah, same here.
I've only had. Chris has been handcuffed.
I got handcuffed with John Jacob.
Yeah. I mean, you're a big guy. I can see that.
Me and Chris and Rob were coming back from. We went to Montrose Beach. We were hanging out for the night. We come back at Addison and Austin. 2 cops pulled us over, instructed us to put our hands out the window and not move. So me, Rob, and Chris are like this with
not a fucking chance.
1,000 spotlights on us, and because somebody had just been house burglarized in a car similar to ours. Oh. And I couldn't tell you how many people text me driving past us like, "What the hell did you fuckers do?"
That old Explorer would not have been a good getaway vehicle. You could hear everything from a mile away.
I don't think the muffler was bad at that time.
Just listen to guys. You can hear it. It's over there. It's over there.
I one time went to. I used to skateboard like when I was 16. I got pulled over and put on a squad car, because I looked like a 6-foot Puerto Rican who had just mugged somebody.
I'm not saying that one, but okay.
I totally see it.
One time, me and Chris, I don't know if Chris was with us. I think you were with us. I forget who was buying us beer. But were you in this car with me? Or I forget who was in the car with me. We had taken a guy, we were underage, going to buy beer. And we had to have a guy go to 7-Eleven. Or JJ Pepper's on
Addison and Central.
Addison Central. Were you with me in the car on this?
I may have been.
And the cops came to us. He's like, "What are you guys doing here?" And I'm like, "Oh, nothing." And we're just our buddy just
your poppers for me and the boys.
well, I'm like, our buddy just went in. He's getting a couple drinks. He's coming back. We're getting out of here. And the cop's like, let me see your IDs. And I had my St. Pat's ID on top, so he had it. And the one cop was trying to be a real dick. He's like, these guys are trying to buy beer, I bet you. And the one dude's like, no, he's a St. Pat's kid. He's good. They're gonna be fine. Like, let him go. And he's like, nah, let's wait and see. And I'm praying that this guy's buying beer doesn't come out. Like, dude comes out.
Don't buy beer.
Dude comes out, takes it to the left, like smart, sees the cops, keeps walking. These guys book it. Like, the cops book it, and we picked them up. But that guy, dude, I'm shitting a brick in the driver's seat.
Eventually, the cops
Yeah.
just like let up. And
They're like,
What's the ticket though if you have someone that's buying you beer and that you didn't like? I wonder what the
I don't know. We lied to the cops too at that point.
I don't think if you're under the age of like 18, I think if you're like under the age of 21, you have beer in the car, you're not supposed to be like driving with it.
Right, but I'm saying like you just some random like they can't prove that that's the guy that's buying.
Oh
you beer,
no,
right?
but
like,
no, they can't.
Also, Pat, I'm 16 years old.
no,
I have
I'm
no
just,
idea what's
I'm
gonna
just
happen.
curious as an
Yeah,
adult.
they can't
thinking what's
prove-
Like Joe, I wanted to start crying. Right?
I just want to
A
go.
little bitch. But yeah,
I did think of an absolutely awful time getting pulled over by the cops, and it was actually the first time ever. I was with 2 buddies and 3 girls, and we were loaded in a car.
Oh yeah,
You're in a
Joe.
Forest Reserve. Seeing what's what?
No. And we're coming off of Madison, turning onto Harlem, and the guy pulls us over, and he puts the light on us, and he's like, "Everyone, put your hands out of the car immediately." And so we're all like trying to like stick our hands out the car. Like I'm sitting in the middle, so I put my hands through the sunroof, and he proceeds to then like come up to the car, tells us we all have to come out of the car, and he's gonna search us all down and pat us down. And we went through a whole thing, and I'm sitting there in the middle, waiting until the very end. And he's like, keep your head straight, and he's doing the search back over, my right corner, but I can't see anything. And I finally get out, and I put my hands against the car, and he goes, this guy knows what's up. He's been pulled over before.
oh god.
And I was like, what? At this point, I was like 17 or 18, never drank, never smoked, never did anything ever.
Joe's a good Catholic
My
boy.
friends started laughing. They're like, that guy, you think that guy's... I just didn't know. He's like, everybody else was putting their hands up. I put my hands on the car because that's what I saw in the movies. Like,
Oh
I had
yeah,
no
that's
fucking
exactly.
clue. And it was awful. Eventually, a couple more cops came. He did a whole search of the car, and then just eventually
Some
let us
cavity
go.
searches.
But we were pulled over for like 45 minutes to an hour. It was crazy, and it was just like a power trip move.
Oh, it was. Yeah. Well, I mean, okay. In the last. I mean, this has been a weird podcast.
Sweet home Chicago.
Me and my buddy Ryan, we had been day drinking, and we decided we wanted to go eat. So he wasn't like drunk or anything. He's got a piece of shit Jeep
He's
Cherokee.
got a Jeep that sounds like the Explorer.
Yeah. So he's going. This idiot doesn't have a seatbelt on. He's texting, and he didn't really stop. Does this in front of a unmarked cop car.
Yep.
They pull us over, and dude was like yelling at us, like, just what the and my buddy's like, he's like, I don't. He's like, that's enough. Like, he's like, okay, give me whatever ticket you want. Like, I don't want to hear this anymore. And just get the fuck out of that car. Throws us against the car.
Oh my god.
And these 2 dudes are screaming at us. And this is crazy. My buddy's like, he's like, I want your badge number, and I want your name. And the dude's like, I will smash my badge number into your forehead. Dude's like, you put your forehead on the car, and you do not look back. And they drove away.
Yeah, undercover cops don't want to give tickets away.
No.
I don't think undercover cops can
Can't
get
give
tickets.
can't
Yeah.
give tickets. I don't believe.
I was like, this is insane.
like
I'm about to get my ass whooped, and I'm like,
Pierre's like, I'm gonna get my ass whooped, and I haven't even said a word yet.
I got pulled over by undercover for a stop sign once, and they're just like, well, hey, don't do that anymore. Stop signs. And
I got-
That is a hard ass threat.
oh, dude. He's like, I will pin it to your fucking forehead.
That's what you call it. That's what you.
Shit my fucking.
But
Oh, dude, I'm about to get my ass whooped. I legitimately thought I was gonna get beat.
I'm gonna get beat.
So what I'm hearing though
gonna
is
go to the
Ryan was a good
hospital.
10 years ahead of the white privilege movement there, huh?
Oh,
He knew it. He knew it, baby.
Ryan,
he knew it.
Ryan also got like I was in a car one time with Ryan where he got pulled over, and he literally got pulled over by the same cop like 2 days earlier for marijuana in the car. So this guy, we're literally like right, like you remember where Marty lives, Peter?
Oh yeah.
We're
How
like
many times
we're
did
literally
Kevin pulled over?
we're literally right by we're literally right by the alley where his parents live, and he like the cop pulls us over and Ryan's like, oh, I know this guy, and like he's talking with him. He's like, oh, great, I remember you. Yeah, I pulled you over for weed and everything. We're gonna tear this car apart, and like this guy gave me the craziest. I thought I had to pay this guy like for the pat down he gave me. I mean, he
to the left.
He went places that I can only dream of.
All right, well, on those beautiful notes, thank you, Chicago, for providing a wonderful place to grow up.
We love you.
Oh yeah, hey, listen, ain't no other place. Brian was telling
anywhere else.
Brian was telling me, he's he's looking at his options for London, New York, and New York. It's literally a thing for people just to punch you in the face.
Shimmy happened.
Yep.
And that piece of shit who punched him, 2 years earlier, beat up a guy a good Samaritan who was giving him a coat.
What do you mean Brian's looking for options?
He's with Citadel.
Citadel's not staying in Chicago. Sounds like.
Yeah.
Well, he can always find another job too if he wants to.
Could, probably won't.
Maybe. I mean, hey, you're his boss.
He's a glutton for punishment, Pat.
That's one avenue he can go down.
Yeah. Here we go. All right, boys. Let's get some feel good. Let's feel good. We're about to have a good night. We're about to see South City Revival, have a nice little dinner. It's gonna be a good time. Instead of taking millions for their land, Texas family makes a park instead. That's kind of nice.
Nice.
Hopefully they're already super rich, and that's why they were able to do that.
It's a pretty cool park.
Yep.
Well, it's like, I think like a county, like a forest reserve almost. Like that's what it looks like.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
Researchers discover the universe's oldest star circling our own galaxy. We have a new way to find them.
Wow.
Don't ask me how to find them.
I was about to. Thank God I didn't.
Science is so cool.
Spiders use their webs as giant microphones to hear what's going on around them, says new research. How the hell would they know that?
It's like vibration.
Nah, they don't have ears.
Dude, there was a spider web that was created outside my window, and dude, this spider was killing machine. Like I would watch him, dude. Little gnats would get in there, and he'd come over, wrap them up, and he wouldn't eat them right away. So these gnats, for like, they were trying to get out, and like he'd go sit in the corner chill, and then when he was hungry, he'd eat one of them. But he had like 6 waiting, and they're all trying to get out, like trying to come on.
So it's like naturally, I didn't say the magic word.
Yeah.
Spider. Look out for
spider. Herds of bison reintroduced in Europe are climate heroes, helping store CO2 equal to 43,000 cars.
I don't know where bison ever in Europe. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, I think they were
I
huge
think
animal.
that's where they originated from.
I mean, I know they're known for being in the West there from the U.S., but that's interesting.
Were they in?
They're also out by Peter's office.
Yeah, at the Fernie Labs.
Yep.
No. I think we hunted a lot of that to extinction.
Yeah, no, we did it in the West, but I didn't realize they were in Europe though. That's
Yeah. That's what the hope with bringing back the mammoth and sending them back to Siberia.
America?
No, Siberia is to
fuck the Russians up.
To
Get
keep
it,
the
they're gonna have their own mammoth army out there, baby.
Sending them, yeah.
Kill them all.
Ooh, majestic seal whale. It reappears in Argentine waters after nearly a century not being there.
A sea whale?
It's SEI whales.
Oh wow.
S-E-I.
Majestic sea
Cool.
whales.
Cool. I like those are cool.
Okay, we're not going to go with that one. Let's see here. Experts believe expert believes he has solved mystery surrounding ancient Assyrian symbols.
Ooh. All right.
Experimental cancer treatment gives New Jersey mom a chance for a second baby, and she decided to go for it. That's cool. So she has cancer, but it's gonna allow her to have a baby.
Here's another feel good. A doctor did. He's a doctor, medical doctor. Guy had brain cancer. Did his own testing on himself. Did some like radical testing that he probably could never have done in a lab for years, and ended up curing himself of the cancer. Nice. And this is something very recent. Like,
do you have any idea what he was doing, or just a random whatever testing he was doing?
It had something to do with the I mean, he did a very different. I mean, I don't know enough to say if it was different or not. Definitely
story right there. I love it.
Yeah, but I can pull up the guy.
He was taking those $6 Botox injections we saw earlier, Peter.
Oh, dude!
Tell me he was on a diet of Coors Light, Chris Jero. Tell me.
Oh God, that would be sick.
Cures cancer.
So
love it.
Oh, this is hilarious. I don't know how we got on this topic, but me and Lauren were walking to PRB, and we're talking about our fears of life, like fears in life. Mm-hmm. And I literally, like, got real soft, and I looked in her eyes, and I was like, if they ever stop brewing Coors Light. And she looked at me, and she's like, are you seriously? And she's like, Lauren, sometimes you might see me wake up late at night.
She's like, Peter, and all the things I've heard, this is the dumbest thing.
And,
we're all dumb for having heard that
And I'm
comment.
thinking, what if they ever stop brewing Coors Light? Or stop producing it?
What happens if there was a shortage of Coors Light?
Let's be honest.
What
we
I
would
do?
buy the brewery and we would keep that bitch going.
I wake up in a cold sweat thinking about that, Peter.
That's what I'm saying.
We would buy
Have
the
you ever
recipe.
woken up at 4:30 in the morning and stared out at the street and thought,
It's really easy, guys. We buy the recipe and we just have John brew it for us. It's simple as that. We're back in business. We might have to do it in Indianapolis though. So that's
you just cured my biggest fear, Pat. I appreciate that.
I'm here for that.
All right, last one, boys. Old age starts later than ever in the eye of the beholder, and beholden, study reveals. So Pat doesn't look as old as we think he does.
I'm 22, bitches.
I honestly, I know people say this, but I'm not kidding you. Like, I forget, Sex in the City. Like, they talk about, like, Lauren's watching this fucking show. It's ridiculous.
And Pierre's watching it, too.
And this one woman's like, I can't believe I'm 34 and have 3 children. The lady looks like she's 60. There's no way she's 34, by the way.
Well,
I don't know.
And I'm like, good Lord. Like, we look amazing for our age. Like, no joke. And how we say that, Brian had no idea how old Chris was.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I trick people.
With that beautiful,
I
luscious
can't-
smile.
When Chris starts dying in that beard, you gotta watch out for him.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's like a good 25.
We're not going that far down.
And at that beautiful note, ladies and gentlemen, do us a favor. Hit that like, subscribe, comment. Tell us what your biggest fear is in the world. And have a great weekend. Do yourself a favor. Drink lots of water. Hit that Gatorade, liquid IVs, and the BioSteels. I'm running out, boys. I'm going to have to get another case because that's how you survive.
Peter
I'm on the last one, saving for tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I was going to I had to save one for this weekend, for sure. And on that note, have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week.
Happy belated birthday to the big guy, Big Mike. Bye.
69.
Oh.
Gotta give him the finger guns, Joe.
As Peter said, how young we are.